Hey there, YouTube, Mr. Fedora Man here, back again with the last part of Chapter 14 for, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that sentence. Water break. Oh, delicious water. So good. So, this is actually kind of funny, because as I was recording this part, I thought I was going over the limit, because I rarely check my timer. Well, I don't exactly have a timer. I kind of look at the time that it is now, and then just kind of estimate, be like, okay, well, if it's 1:15 now, I have to have it under. Let's do an easier one. 1:10. Let's say it's 1:10, and I want to make the video 15 minutes. I go until 1:25, and I just look at that. And I look down at the clock. I'm like, oh, it's 1:25. Better stop. But I didn't do that on this one. I got so into the cutscene, or not. Well, maybe not so into it, but I got sucked into it. And then I was like, oh shit, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time to finish the cutscene, or I don't know if this is gonna be like a very long video. So I just stopped it and then recorded the next little bit, and it turned out that I had about a 14-minute video, so I could have kept going with the cutscene. But since I added the little bit of the cutscene on, so now it's about 17, 18 minutes or so. Don't worry if you're now that I think about this, if you're not a big fan of the Fire Emblem series and you're kind of tired of seeing this around, don't worry, it's only 2 more chapters. I'm going to do my best to get through it as fast as possible, because I would like to start up some new stuff on this channel, because well, I kind of chose this secret project of Fire Emblem on Ephraim's path because, well, one, I talked about it before, and the second thing is I didn't exactly have anything in mind to Let's Play, and I don't want to be like thinking around. I don't want to be thinking for like 20 days, be like, what should I do? Should I LP this? Should I LP that? And then never make up my mind, and then people will be like, oh, where'd you go, man? And I'm like, well, I'm still here. I'm just derping and herping. Can't think of a Let's Play to do. I am thinking about Golden Sun. I am thinking about Golden Sun. That is a big possibility for another Let's Play. Either on this channel or the Gamer Infinity, I'm not sure. I might do Golden Sun on this channel, we'll see. It all depends on how I feel. If I feel up to doing Golden Sun and Final Fantasy Tactics Advance at the same time. Because those of you that have played Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, you know that it's a long game, and I'd rather not be doing 2 long games in a row, or side by side, because then it'll be annoying. Also, I'm thinking that I'm trying to think here. Moderately long videos over a semi-weekly schedule would be nice. Or, what I could do, because I don't exactly know how much time I'm going to have, I could just be like, I could have one part every couple of days, or maybe every week or something like that, and then make it like fairly long. Like make it, I don't know, make it like a 20+ minute video. No longer than half an hour. 'Cause half an hour is fucking pushing it. Even 20 minutes for me is pushing it. I don't like to go past the 20 mark if I can help it. Unless it's something I need to cram all the knowledge in, or if it's like a finale, I don't mind doing more than 20 minutes. Because it's a finale, and people enjoy a longer finale, so they get to enjoy the game more. Now, this is the decision I was making here. I was getting very paranoid. So I put Gilliam down there, and then I brought Arthur over here. But as you can see, I didn't move for a couple seconds here. I was kind of dumbfounded. I was like, wait a second. I have 2 units. I have both Lute and Arthur in range of these druids with berserk staffs, yet they're not doing anything. I didn't want to jinx it, so I just ended the turn again, and only this guy moves. Only this shaman moves and attacks me. So I'm like, okay, just I was weirded out at this point because before I had so much trouble with this because they would keep using the Berserk Staff on like my strongest units, and my strongest units would come back and kick my weaker units' ass. Is multiple asses, plural. So I got a door key, and they do nothing. So I'm like, what the shit? So I'm like, okay, fine. I'll just do this. So I take loot to the door, and then bring Arthur up here. See, this is where it gets dangerous. Or where I thought it was going to be dangerous, but it wasn't at all. It was just this other shaman attacking me, and then taking him out. And then the druid's doing nothing. Like, I don't know what to say. I honestly don't. Because I was expecting them to, like, full-on attack me. I wasn't expecting them to just not do anything at all. They just didn't do anything. They only attacked me when I got close enough. That's all they did. They only used the Berserk Staff once. I don't know if it was because... I don't know why. As a matter of fact, I have no idea why. It definitely made the whole thing easier, though. I'll tell you that. Made it easier to get past them. And then a critical hit to finish the deal. And see, it being tier 2 units, they do give you some decent experience. I mean, for a tier 2 unit, yes. So just, you know, taking them out. I don't know why the sound effects are also very quiet. It could just be me. Oh no, it was just me, never mind. So look at that, that was a ton of experience right there. But then again, loot is only level 1 of tier 2. So with that said, we only have the guard left to take care of. Now this part... See, it doesn't matter how high you train your units. The normal grunt infantry work is going to be easy to do. It's going to be simple to get past because they're fairly low leveled and it's not a big problem. But the boss is usually always a big problem to take care of. And I don't know why. They're just a big pain in the ass. Like, I'm looking at all these things here, like Arthur and Loot are pretty strong units, and they can't do exactly that much damage to him. So I'm trying to bring in my other units here so I can do stuff, you know? Actually get some damage going down, because I like to have it so that my units can survive every single go. For example, if so that they can survive the next hit. Like if one of my units has 30 HP and the boss does 10 damage possibly to them, I want to make sure they have more than 20 so that if he goes after them the next turn, they can actually survive and not be absolutely decimated. Now, thinking over this again, I could have used the guiding ring on Ewan instead if I really wanted to, but I didn't because I derped. See, here I was like, I'll just use I'll use Nemi and get the killer. I'll get the critical, and she never did, unfortunately. She did hit both times, so that was good. Only problem being she didn't actually do that much damage. And then I was thinking about doing that with Loot, but Loot would take way too much damage. I was thinking about that with Arthur. I'm like, no, or Arthur. I'm like, it's not worth it. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll move my units a bit closer. Because some of these bosses, most of the bosses will just stay there in the same spot. They won't move from where they're programmed to be. But some of them will. Some of them will be like, you know what? I don't give a shit. Screw the rules. I'm moving to attack you, and it's not fun when you're not expecting it. And I still don't get a critical here. Critical could have finished him off. But nope. So I was like, you know what? I'm using Ephraim. That's what. Like, oh. Because if you use the right character, you get little dialogue like this. It's really, really cool. That's why it's usually interesting to attack the boss character with your main character or someone who has a close relationship with them. And this is awesome right here. I was like, yes, critical. Like in the next chapter, you can attack either you could attack with either Erica or Ephraim on Walter and he'll say something, or you could attack Joshua with Kalek and Kalek will say. They actually have quite a bit of banter, those two, Joshua and Kalek. When you use Joshua to attack Kalek, you get quite a bit of little more dialogue than you normally get with characters in Fire Emblem, like quite a bit. I'd say about a minute or two worth of dialogue. Well, not if you skip right through it, but you know what I mean, if you just read through it real quick. Because they talk about their past a bit, hey? And because Johanna was, I believe, where both Joshua and Kalek started their mercenary job goings. So they were kind of like, they're kind of best bros. And then all of a sudden Kalek's like, alright, I'm joining Grotto. And then Joshua's like, yay for you. And then turns out that Kalek is on the evil side and Joshua's like, shit. But, yeah. Find out some interesting stuff. I don't really know what to say to this scene. Just for the fact the next scene coming up is kinda... I find it funny that the Sacred Stones are the ones protecting them. Now, I would assume this would be very far back in time. Even though it is just a video game at the same time. If you just consider what weapons they use, that's what it seems like. So I would think that they'd be pretty religious, because if the Sacred Stones, sacred, being like good, and that would be protecting them. But with Leon, he made the Dark Stone. And he's like, yeah, the Dark Stone will save us all. It's like, well, when you name it the Dark Stone, it sounds really ominous and evil. Why would you? Definitely does not lead up for good times. Also, turtleneck guard. I know I commented on that before, but I just find it interesting how they're all wearing the same turtleneck. Maybe it's like a tunic. I think that might be what it is. But here we meet another shaman named Noel. And he's been the one guarding, or he was one of the researchers on the Darkstone project. So he gives us a little more info on what's going on here. We get more backstory than we normally do with Erica's path. At least I think. I can't remember. I know we get told about Sacred Stones and the Darkstone by what's her face on by the elders at that mountain. I can't remember. I think that's the place that we go to. I'm not sure. But other than that, on Ephraim's path we learn from Noel, and then he also joins us too, which is nice because, well, he's a shaman, and I think he has a guiding ring, so I can. I'll definitely give that a check off screen. Because if he does have a guiding ring, expect Ewan to be like a summoner or something like that. I'm gonna make him a summoner. I don't care. Making him a summoner because I haven't had a summoner before. Well, I did on my practice file, but I'd like to show you guys what a summoner looks like. Summoners are pretty cool in the fact that they're definitely good at diverting attention. And you'll see what I mean when when I turn Ewan into a summoner, because it's more interesting to watch how it goes than to have me explain it, because it's just interesting. Yep, so we learn more about how Leon was constantly searching and researching. Yeah, I know. On this stone that he could use, because what happened was, I don't know if you guys are paying attention to me talking or the dialogue, or both, or one of the two, but what happened was, see, that's where I stopped it right there, because what happened was, Emperor Vigard was not very healthy. He was very sick, and he had managed to, he passed away, and, they didn't want the people of Grotto to know that Emperor Vigard passed away, because if they did that, people would be in disarray, and the nation wouldn't be in very good condition. So Leon was trying to find a way to get the Darkstone's power so that he could revive his father, which he did. But the only problem is that he's a zombie. He doesn't speak. He doesn't speak for whatever he feels like saying. He's kind of attached to whatever Leon wants him to say. Now that's where the whole Leon always being near Emperor Vigard thing going on, because Leon pretty much commands Vigard what to do, or Vigard's like similar looking corpse or whatever it is. But yeah, that's why Selena and Ducel were questioning the Emperor and why he was being so warmongering when he was a very peaceful fellow, because he wasn't actually alive. He was literally a puppet. So that's not cool. That's not nice. But here, those two treasure chests that we saw in that cutscene, those are very important items that we get, which are the sacred items of Grotto. Or no, the sacred twins of Grotto, that's it. Sacred twins. So there are two ancient relics that are given to us that have power to defeat evil demons. And I mean that quite literally. Anything born of the Demon King or the Demon King himself is weak to these weapons. So we get a magical dark tome and an axe. I believe that is what we get. I think so. I think that's what we get, which would be pretty nice because, well, the axe for Ross and the dark tome for Ewan. I guess Noel could use them too, but see, oh yeah, there it is, Glepnir, or however you want to pronounce that. That's really cool. And Garm, the dark axe. So that was that's all we had to do. Oh, and this is the next little plot element. Why we're heading to Johanna is because this messenger comes to us and says that Erica is in danger. Oh, that's right. Prince Inns or Ines or Heinz Ketchup goes with them as well. So yep, then we find out that Valter and Kalik are both after them. So we have to go over there as soon as we can. So anyways, we're coming up on the end of the recording, so I'm gonna leave you to the rest of this. So I thank you very much for watching, and I hope you'll join in for the next chapter, chapter 15. So this is Mr. Fedora Man signing off. Bye.